Hey everyone, Spencer the Knowledge Pharaoh from Sky Sports' Ringside Toe-to-Toe Boxing Podcast and hashtag Toe-to-Toe. Listen up, give Sporting Icon a follow.
Right, so I've just watched the Toe-to-Toe on Sky Sports with Eddie Hearn and Spencer Pharaoh. It's like a 20-minute chat, and among many things that were brought up in this 20 minutes, Tony Bellew was one of the ones that kind of like stood out for me as interesting. Because Tony Bellew, obviously he's come off back-to-back wins over David Haye. Ultimately, David Haye has retired because of it. And I think it might be fair to say that Tony Bellew is improving, right? Even at his age of 35, he seems to be getting better and better, right? Or maybe he's just being matched right. No idea. But for me, I think that he's actually genuinely improving. Now Eddie Hearn, of course, he was asked about Tony Bellew, and he gave like a brief oversight of his career so far, basically saying that he's overachieved. Okay, and it's probably a fair thing to say, maybe. But either way, Tony Bellew is now set for life financially, which was always the goal, and Eddie Hearn wanted to make sure that Tony Bellew was set for life because he's put a lot into the boxing game, and now he's been rewarded with it all. And this is one of the things that I always say about Eddie Hearn. You see, people can slag him off and put him down, and he's a snake, and he likes money and whatever else. You know what? And that's fine. But with all the fighters that he gets, that's always his aim. He's done it with Anthony Joshua. Joshua is set for life. He's done it with Kell Brook. He's set for life. Tony Bellew is set for life. Dillian Whyte after Joseph Parker will be set for life. And the list goes on. But anyway, getting back onto Tony Bellew. So he gave like 3 potential fights that Tony Bellew wants. And outside of potentially retirement, of course. And the first one, he said Tyson Fury is a fight that Tony Bellew wants, but that looks like it's a no-go. So we can kind of virtually rule that one out, okay? The other ones are, as we already knew, was Andre Ward. He didn't really elaborate on that one, but of course, currently, Andre Ward is retired. How much interest does he have? Is it tempting to come back and fight Tony Bellew? We do know that Andre Ward has said that he'd be more tempted if Tony Bellew can get a title, as in the cruiserweight title, which means he's going to have to face the winner of Usyk Gassiev to maybe become undisputed cruiserweight. But who knows? I mean, maybe the winner of the World Boxing Super Series, which will be happening in 9-10 days, that maybe that one, the winner of that one, could actually end up moving up, which meant all the belts will then be vacated. So Tony Bellew may not have to face the winner, or he may not even be given the option to fight the winner, who knows. But Andre Ward looks like an outside chance right now. But a fight that he did mention was Adonis Stevenson. Adonis Stevenson is currently the WBC light heavyweight champion. And he's the only guy that has legitimately stopped Tony Bellew before, where he stopped him back in November in 2013, which was quite a while ago now, right? Now, Tony Bellew, he has got 2 losses and a draw on his record, and the draw was against Isaac Chilemba in 2013. He then rematched him straight away and beat him. He's also lost to Nathan Cleverly, and a little while later, he then rematched him and then beat Nathan Cleverly. So as of right now, Adonis Stevenson is the only guy that Tony Bellew has been in the ring with and does not have a win over. So this will be tempting for Tony Bellew, and this is a fight that Tony Bellew would like. And what was interesting about it is that Eddie Hearn said that Adonis Stevenson is also interested in this fight. He wants this fight too, and he's quite happy to fight Tony Bellew at cruiserweight. At cruiserweight is probably where Tony Bellew is best at. You keep him at heavyweight, if he's going to run into some of the big dogs there, he might be in trouble. So, but there again, you know what? Don't put nothing past Tony Bellew, literally nothing past him. So this is an interesting fight. But of course, against Tyson Fury, that's a crap load of money, right? And a lot of spotlight. Against Andre Ward, again, a crap load of money and spotlight. Adonis Stevenson, it'll be decent money. But I suppose Tony Bellew's at the point now where, what does he want? Does he want money? He doesn't really need it. Does he need to prove something? That's probably his motivation, I would have thought, into taking Adonis Stevenson, to get revenge on him. Because he's He got stopped in 2013 in round number 6, where Adonis Stevenson clipped him and Bellew was on wobbly legs, and the referee had to put a stop to it because he was out on his feet. But now he's got a potential opportunity to rematch him and get the win. Now, would Adonis Stevenson, would he be interested in coming to the UK? If he wants big money, maybe that's the motivation for Adonis Stevenson now. Maybe he just wants the money now. Obviously, he earned a fair bit in his career already. Let's not pretend he hasn't. And of course, his last match with BELLEW Jack, which was a draw, I mean, kind of fair enough, I suppose. But again, he would have got paid pretty well. But against Tony Bellew, that would probably be his highest payday. But of course, this fight will have no title on the line, so Adonis Stevenson couldn't defend his WBC title. Now, it's no good him doing it at light heavyweight because Tony Bellew just couldn't make the weight anymore at light heavyweight. He was already drained against Adonis Stevenson before, but you know what? He opted to do that, so it's his own fault in some ways, okay? You take the risk, you take the gamble. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. And this was one of the ones where he lost, and by knockout. So this is probably haunting him a little bit, even though it was, what, 5 years ago, 4.5 years ago even. So I'm sure that, yeah, he would love that. But again, Tony Bellew would probably prefer the big fight. So if you give him the option of the 3, Tyson Fury, Andre Ward, Adonis Stevenson, he'd probably go Andre Ward, to be fair. Because that's probably the fight that, you know, he'd earn the most money with. And for the fact that, you know, he would get to beat the guy who was considered pound for pound at one point. And especially at cruiserweight, you may actually give the advantage to Tony Bellew. But hey, Andre Ward is a special fighter, so let's not rule that one out either. But for me, I like the Adonis Stevenson fight. It's an interesting one. Adonis, he didn't look too good against BELLEW Jack. He had flashes. He started off great. Then he just kind of like just got, I don't know whether it was BELLEW Jack hurt him or he just gassed out or something happened, but his feet became concrete. Then he had like a good last couple of rounds. So don't quite know how much is left in Adonis Stevenson, how much desire is in there. Don't know, really don't know. So it'll be an interesting one. I hope this fight happens. As I said, from a fan's point of view, you probably wouldn't pick Adonis Stevenson versus Tony Bellew, but it'll still be a huge fight. I don't know whether or not it'll be pay-per-view. It might be. But again, what's the motivation for Tony Bellew? Is it revenge? I think that's probably more tempting for him. Money would also be tempting, of course, but you know, he's earned a couple of quid for especially his last couple of fights, and obviously against Macabre as well. So yeah. And as I said, it's interesting that Adonis Stevenson is up for it. And again, at his age, what is he, like 40 odd years old now, 40 years old? Why not get that big payday? Beat the guy who beat David Haye on 2 occasions. Show the world that the first one wasn't just a fluke. Not that anybody's thinking that it was a fluke anyway. I think he legitimately beat him. You know, it's not like Tony Bellew was dominating him and then just got clipped and then that was it. But I mean, for me, I love this fight. I would like to see it. So anyway, I'm not going too long with this video, but you drop your thoughts below as to which fight would you like to see Tony Bellew in? Would you like to see him in there with Tyson Fury? Even though there does seem to be very little legs in it. Andre Ward, I mean, would you love Andre Ward to come out of retirement to take on Tony Bellew for the first time in Andre Ward's career? Step outside the US and come to UK. Or there again, maybe Bellew would have to go to America for it. Don't know. But as I said, to get that Andre Ward fight, it does seem that Tony Bellew would have to go get a belt at cruiserweight. Because Andre Ward, he likes belt collecting. That's just what it is. I mean, it is a shame that Andre Ward and Adonis Stevenson never happened for undisputed. Much like, you know, Andre Ward was never undisputed at super middleweight either. But anyway, there's that one. And of course, Adonis Stevenson for reasons that I've already given you. Or maybe you prefer Tony Bellew to try and get a fight with the winner of the World Boxing Super Series. If the winner is willing to have one more fight at cruiserweight before they move up to heavyweight to start earning some decent money. But against Tony Bellew, they're going to earn some pretty decent money. So anyway, drop your thoughts below about all this. What do you think of it? Click that thumbs up, subscribe, catch you all on the next video.